What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of After Credits. We're here to review the new film by Trey Parker and Matt Stone called The Wall with John Cena! We had to go to a staff meeting this morning that was at 6 o'clock. I had to wake up at 5 o'clock. And I didn't go to bed until like 2 o'clock because my car got jacked last night. So the point I'm trying to make here is I was very tired when we went and saw this movie, so both Danielle and I fell asleep.
I don't think neither of us were being douchebags about it, because I was watching the intro and I wasn't like totally into it.
Yeah.
But I'm not sitting there like, ugh, fuck this, I'm gonna fall asleep. I tried.
Yeah, no, I was genuinely trying to
Literally nothing happens in the first 30 minutes.
Okay, so what we're gonna do here is we're gonna rely mostly on our friend Noah back here. He's actually awake right now.
And he actually paid attention to the movie.
Alright, from an actual educated opinion, what'd you think of this?
This wasn't a bad film, but at some point during the movie I was sitting there just thinking, you know, this film would have been better if it had been a short 45-minute Netflix or Amazon film. It didn't need to be a theatrical hour-and-a-half movie, I felt, because there were a lot of scenes that were really drawn out.
I actually have to go, so I'm just going to kind of give you my thoughts right now.
Alright, do it.
My major problem with the movie was I feel like it lacked tension at some points. It kind of felt drawn out. There were some intense sequences, like the final shootout I thought was pretty good. Yeah. And then the movie just fucks you over at the ending, which they'll talk to you about in the spoiler section.
Ending.
Wow. This is like some Stephen King shit, man.
No disrespect, but like these soldiers were dumb as shit.
They were so fucking dumb. I'm so glad that somebody said it.
For what it's worth, I thought Aaron Taylor-Johnson, he's a good actor, and even though there's some cheesy dialogue here, he does a good job. And John Cena, I always thought is like, you know, I think he can do dramatic roles, and this was a good, I mean, he's not in the movie as much as it seems like it's advertised to be, but I think he does a decent job. I'd be willing to see him in more roles like this.
Wait, this movie was advertised? The one trailer we saw for this, we sitting there, it's April, and both the preview before the trailer and the actual trailer said the movie was coming out in the middle of March. What the fuck, guys?
This movie's okay. I'm gonna barely recommend it and give it a 3.5 out of 6. So it's still a positive review. See y'all later.
See you later, buddy. You have a fun time at work. I'll be there. Tail end of your shift. Yeah, man.
Can you dig it, sucker?
The movie's about two soldiers played by John Cena and Aaron Taylor-Johnson. They're tasked with checking out this area where they've heard some shit has gone down in the Middle East. And when they get there, everything's cool, and then John Cena gets shot in the leg, and it turns out there's a sniper. Don't know where the sniper is. All they know is that there's a shit ton of dead bodies around them, and John Cena might be next. Aaron Taylor-Johnson sitting there like, fuck, man. He sounds like mad. Next film, I swear he's gonna have a lazy eye. So, spoiler alert, if you want to hear us talk about details with this movie, keep on watching. If not, for final scores and thoughts, scroll to that time code right there. Let's get into this shit.
The performances were really good. Like, Aaron Taylor-Johnson was pretty good, even though his American accent can get kind of cheesy and annoying sometimes, but you get used to it. And John Cena can act, you know. He can do serious stuff if he wants. So I thought he was pretty good in this movie.
John Cena's a guy I've been rooting for a decent while now. If you ignore the Fred movies and you go based off of his roles in Trainwreck and this movie, John Cena has the potential to be a strong kind of double force here. He could be both a fun comedic actor and a pretty good dramatic actor as well. Although the movie doesn't really give him a lot to do because he's spending most of the movie either A, passed out, or B, just going, Argh!
Or C, spoiler, dead.
Or C,
yeah.
with a bullet in his fucking brain. We can't draw you a map because one, I can't draw, and B, it would take too long. But Aaron Taylor-Johnson's main form of cover is this broken down wall that seems to be the remnants of just some bombed building. And all around him, familiar faces. And a construction site, a crane here, and then this giant trash heap in the distance. And Aaron Taylor-Johnson, because the sniper finds a way to hack his radio, or maybe the sniper stole a radio off one of the dead soldiers, the sniper's talking to him the entire time, so he's trying to hear with like little sound clues, maybe the rattling of some trash or the crowing of some crows, where this guy is. And I thought that aspect of the movie was interesting.
Yeah.
That was some fun little sound design to pick up on.
I do feel like they revealed the location of the sniper too early, though. I felt like if they saved it a little longer, then it would have made it more suspenseful.
I thought that too.
Yeah.
You're right. If you've got all these kind of plot points together, you know, the two guys arriving, John Cena getting shot, Aaron Taylor-Johnson and the sniper kind of engaging in a battle of wits and words, and then you find out what the sniper is, and then, you know, the final battle ensues. It just does feel like a short movie.
There's a lot of scenes of Aaron Taylor-Johnson just basically.
And you know, there are directors that can pull a movie like this off.
Shallows last year had a similar premise, but I felt like it was executed better. Like this isolated feeling, you know, with just one character basically.
If you want something on the serious note, 127 hours. Danny Boyle is just a master, and I think what Doug Liman does is that he kind of just keeps it in this one area and doesn't really shoot, not necessarily beyond that one area, but there's not too many things going on. The dialogue that we're given between the sniper and Aaron Taylor-Johnson usually involves the sniper saying something like, "You Americans are the real terrorists. You are in another man's country." And Aaron Taylor-Johnson just kind of be like, "Fuck you, man."
It's the typical anti-American, anti-Muslim rants that we hear from both sides.
Exactly.
Yeah,
We've
in
heard
better
this.
movies.
Yeah, we've heard this shit before, and so I can't find tension in the dialogue. Actually, you know what movie this reminds me of?
What?
Free Fire.
I've never seen that.
You need to see Free Fire, because Free Fire is the same way. It's closed off and claustrophobic. But one, there are a lot more characters to work with, which I mean might give that movie an advantage just because there's more people to pay attention to.
Yeah.
That, and they found ways to keep it constantly going. There were little goals that those characters had to deal with. And even when you weren't focused on those goals, the movie spent the first half hour of its 90 minutes really building up relationships between characters. So you kind of go back to something you heard at the beginning of the movie and deal with that. With this, you're kind of restricted because you have only 3 characters in the movie, but I don't know, maybe some flashbacks.
The sniper's pretty obsessed with this soldier that's friends with Aaron Taylor-Johnson named Dean, and like, who's Dean? Like, we never know who Dean is.
Okay, so
yeah.
What really happens in the first half hour? Because I feel like you and I are talking about this movie on the same level.
It's really just John Cena and Aaron Taylor-Johnson spitting one-liners back to each other and using the fuck every other word. Yeah.
This movie tired you out so much that you can't curse anymore.
Yeah. That was, I thought, one of the best suspenseful moments, though, when he got up, because I knew he was gonna die, but I didn't know, like, when specifically.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. The best suspenseful moments in this film are actually when none of the characters are talking, and it's just shooting, really.
Yeah.
I thought, at least.
A lot of this movie doesn't have score.
Yeah.
So it's just kind of hearing ambient sounds, and the wind is basically your biggest soundtrack. Sometimes that works to the movie's advantage whenever Aaron Taylor-Johnson is actually just like doing stuff, but most of the time it's just watching Aaron Taylor-Johnson just suffer, and not really suffer in a way that's different from when he was suffering 20 minutes ago. So you're just kind of sitting there going, all right,
like, they're trying to get us to
move
feel
on
for him, but, you know, it kind of overstays its welcome.
And you know, God bless Aaron Taylor-Johnson. He's slowly becoming one of the better character actors, or at least an underrated character actor.
Yeah.
I thought he was good and kick-ass, and even though I hated Nocturnal Animals, I liked him in that movie. He was really dedicated to the role.
Quicksilver didn't happen. Let's just forget that.
Yeah, let's forget Godzilla and Quicksilver ever happened. One person we have to mention, because I feel like more reviews will focus on the John Cena Taylor-Johnson pairing, is the third guy, Laith Nakli. He plays the sniper, and he does it well. He is intimidating. He's a smart ass. He's the guy that for the most part, kept me awake in the second, third.
And what makes him really scary is that you never see him. Like at the end, I thought that, oh gosh, they're gonna show like him or something, but you never see him, and that really heightens the suspense because you're always wondering, like, you know, what does this guy really look like, you know? And it makes him seem more scary because you don't see him.
Yeah, at the best points of this movie, the thought would pop into my head, like, what if this film has a Jaws moment?
Yeah.
Where there's a scene where Aaron Taylor-Johnson had blacked out and it's a couple hours later. And I thought that when Aaron Taylor-Johnson is initially getting up and kind of looking around and surveying what's going on, that the guy would just kind of come out of nowhere and just pop him in the head.
Yeah.
And I think when a movie can get you to do that about its main villain, if you don't see him, that means there's something good going for it.
We just want to get to the ending.
All right, fuck it. Let's get to the
gosh.
ending. The ending...
It's a WTF moment.
It is. Aaron Taylor-Johnson has finally been psychologically abused by this guy, forced to relive his most painful personal memories, and finally, his best friend is dead, and he just says, fuck it. He's been using this wall for cover to kind of protect himself. It might be a symbol for the walls in his mind breaking down and being exposed as just this wounded man, whatever. And the sniper has slowly chipped away at this wall too, to where the amount of coverage that he has is cramped, and he says, finally, fuck it, grabs the wall, slams it down, and in the dust storm manages to get up his gun and aim a good shot at where he now knows, marked by the flash of the gun going off, where this sniper will be. And he does this as helicopters are roaring and coming in, his support, and when he shoots, he stops and just kind of stands there like Jesus Christ, ready to die.
Like, yeah, like if he didn't get him, he would be like, okay, I tried to get you, now it's your turn.
I accept it.
Yeah.
We're going handheld. This is the first time in the year when we have to fucking do this because the battery would overheat. Where were we with this Aaron Taylor-Johnson thing?
The ending.
Oh, the ending. They put him on the stretcher, put him in the helicopter, and they fly away. They look over at the pile of trash, and
out of nowhere.
And out of fucking nowhere, one of these soldiers gets shot in the fucking face. And you're just like, oh shit, he's alive! Which, you know what? I'm okay with that. Because, you know, Aaron Taylor-Johnson never got a good shot. This is not American Sniper level of superheroism, by the way. They keep getting shot at by this sniper, and somehow the sniper... Is it assumed that the sniper, like, took out the head of the pilot?
That's what I was assuming, because, like, how else could... Or unless he shot, like, the turbine or whatever, but...
But even then, it's like, you're a military vehicle. Shouldn't this survive, you know, sniper fire?
We're meant to assume this sniper has superpowers.
I guess so, because Lyman doesn't direct it from a way that I understand what's going on. He keeps it focused on Aaron Taylor-Johnson the entire time, and the only time you get, you know, any view of the rest of the helicopter is when you see it from his POV.
Because Johnson's trying to tell them, you know, he's in the trash.
Like, he's in the trash. As if that's really gonna help them, because I assume they could figure that out on their own.
It's too late, they're already in the air. So.
Yeah, fly faster. The movie ends with the plane crashing and it fading. No, the movie ends with it cutting to black and then the sound of the plane crashing, and you're like, ah, shit, he got him.
Yeah, so the bad guy wins in this movie.
Terrorists win.
Yeah.
America, fuck yeah. Whatever.
It's hard to debate whether it's good or bad, because on the one hand, I'll give it credit because I didn't see it coming, but on the other hand, I don't know if it's the ending I personally really wanted, you know, so yeah.
The twist ending is something that's like, oh, it's a twist, that's cool.
It's not one of those endings where I rolled my eyes at, like, the ending of Life or something like that.
Did you roll your eyes at the ending of Life?
Yeah, because I didn't like it.
The thing with Life, though, was that movie was so silly from the jump that I was totally expecting some sort of gotcha, outside limits, or outer limits.
It's funny, Life is a silly movie with a kind of serious ending. This movie is a serious movie with a kind of silly ending.
Throughout this movie, Aaron Taylor-Johnson has the secret about his old partner that he's not willing to give up, and you find out that while trying to rescue his friend, he ended up killing his friend because the friend and some other guy got into a fight, and then Aaron Taylor-Johnson fired, missed, and hit his best friend and lied about it for years. And I think the intensity, like how much and how often he lied, is what's getting to him. And so now when he finally tells the terrorist all of this and keeps it out in the open, the movie rewards him by killing him off. Like, wouldn't it be more interesting if you realized that now he has to live with that, and now he's probably going to have to expose it?
That's what I was hoping, you know.
That metaphor of, you know, the walls coming down, it's a very simple metaphor, but it would be something that works out. But no, the movie says, fuck you. No, the movie says, fuck you, this guy's got superpowers, and bam, Aaron Taylor-Johnson's probably fucking dead.
Yeah, they never tell us.
Either that or it's a sequel.
Oh gosh, not another one. The wall, too.
The cul-de-sac.
The cul-de-sac.
The basement. The basement.
The room.
The room.
The roof.
The stairs.
Chimney, the chimney. We could go on and on.
The kitchen. The pantry.
The toilet.
That's gonna get uncomfortable if we do the playground. What is this, a Sandy Hook movie?
Oh my god.
You know somebody's gonna make that, right? Like,
well,
somebody's eventually gonna make the Sandy Hook movie.
I'm surprised we haven't really gotten a theatrical Columbine movie yet.
So if you scroll to the time code, we went handheld, because guess what? The battery overheated, and if you're a longtime viewer of this channel, first one of 2017, we are back with our final thoughts and scores out of 6 stars. Liam already gave his, so I'm gonna go to Noah here. Put you in perfect framing, what you...
This movie had good performances, and it had good levels of suspense, but I don't really care for the ending, and it wasn't executed as well as I thought. Like I said, it would have been better if it was like a short 45-minute film. It's not a terrible film, so I'm gonna give it 3 out of 5. I mean 3 out of 6.
I'm on the same boat, 3 out of 6 for me too. It's a movie that there's a good chunk of good stuff in it. There's just kind of a lot of bullshit in it too. And these soldiers make really dumb moves, given that this sniper can apparently get them from anywhere. It's not for me, but we will never begrudge you if you love this movie with all your heart. So if you like this video, go ahead and click the like button below. Also below is the subscribe button, so you can be the first to find out when new content is up. We have Facebook, we have Twitter, we have Instagram. All links below. Liam's blog, liammgahan.wordpress.com.
I'm the Cinema Geek on Instagram, so I've got some good content on there. I'll be posting my review pretty soon, so if you want to check it out.
If you want to leave us your comments or suggestions for what movies we should review on Viewer's Choice, feel free. Thank you all very much for watching. Take care. Good afternoon, and we'll see you around.